Is Christianity a Jewish cult? Being Christian myself, though I do have some Jewish DNA on my mom's side, but of the Christian faith, I fully, easily recognize, I can see how easily someone would look at Christianity as a cult of Judaism, that because that's where it came from. It's undeniable. Jesus, Jewish, the first believers, the original church, Jewish, and then in the book of Acts in the New Testament, Peter has the dream of the animals coming down on the sheet and the blanket, and God says, kill and eat. And, people take that as, oh, that means, no animal is unclean to eat anymore. But the whole point of that was that was God's way of telling Peter, now you can tell the people outside of the Jewish group here about Christianity. It started with the Jewish people and then moved from there. So, and it's funny because, the Christian faith, our Bible, 2/3 of it is the Old Testament, which is like the Jewish Bible, right? I mean, it's funny because you think, oh, it's the Old Testament and the New Testament. So it's like half and half maybe. No. 2/3 of the Christian Bible is the Old Testament. 1/3 of it is the New Testament. So I could be open-minded enough right now to imagine if I was someone of the Jewish faith to look at Christianity and think, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much a cult. They took everything we believed and then they added on to it because they thought the Messiah actually came, and they built their whole religion on that instead. Like, if I were Jewish, of the Jewish faith, I would probably see it that way. And it is interesting to consider, though, in theory, that what an overlap there is between Judaism and the Christian religion. From the Christian side, if nothing else, that we basically, adopt everything Jewish people believe. It's just that we believe the next chapter happened, and they don't believe that's happened yet. It's like I'm trying to think of like a movie that everyone, oh, this is great, The Godfather, it's a great movie. And then along comes Godfather 2, which is known, I think, as one of the greatest sequels ever made, right? But then certain people never acknowledged that Godfather 2 was ever made. I kind of feel like that's what Christianity is to Judaism. So that's my perception of it. What do you think? Can you kind of track with that logic that ultimately Christianity is a spin-off, kind of a cult of Judaism? If you're Jewish and you look at Christians like, yeah, they kind of went off the rails from what we were starting or whatever. Because again, it started with Jesus being Jewish, the original church being Jewish, his apostles being Jewish, and so much of the New Testament being written by Jewish men. What are your thoughts? In the comments right here.